Welcome to the Sheila C Hill Show. And that C stands for come on in this room and have a sit down so we can chit chat just for a little while. Listen, the Sheila C Hill Show is the ultimate go-to podcast for ambitious individuals who want to live a more fulfilling and successful life, to get valuable insights, expert tips, inspiring stories to help you improve your lifestyle, grow your business, and enhance your emotional well-being. Now, in every episode, you'll gain practical tips and insightful wisdom in the company of like-minded individuals who is the supportive community whom I call Sheila's Thrive Tribe, because baby, we thrive over here. Now, if you're new to the show, let me introduce myself. My name is Sheila C Hill. I am your host. And hello, hola, bonjour, como está, ni hao, howdy, and what's going on? Now you're new. I just need you to subscribe and share this podcast with someone who's ready to level up and thrive just like yourself. Now, listen, I always tell you, if you're a regular listener, I tell you, I bring the best guests in the land, and we're going to show you how you can level up. We're going to inspire you as well. But my guest today is nothing short of that special guest. Like I told you, I bring the best, right? So this is what we're going to do. Now, our guest today possesses the expertise necessary to guide fellow business owners in streamlining their operations and enhancing profitable through effective automation systems. Automation systems, and that's what it's all about. Welcome, Mr. Andre Lassiter.
Thank you, Miss Sheila. Glad to be here.
Yes, glad to have you. Welcome to the Sheila C Hill Show. We are here to get to know you, and I want you to tell in your own words, who is Mr. Andre Lassiter? Tell my listeners.
Oh boy, that's a loaded question. So got a lot of pieces there, right? So I'll start out with the professional side. Who am I? So I am Andre Lassiter. My wife Ivy and I, we are the founders of ms3it.com, managed systems, services, and solutions. And what we do is we help empower business through AI, automation, and CRM solutions. That's a mouthful as well, right? What does that mean? So I help take the mundane task, off your plate as a business owner so that you can focus on turning your businesses into automated revenue generating machines, right? We bring CRM and business automation solutions to everyone as my specialty. And that's what we do in a nutshell.
Awesome. I love it. Oh, yes. We're going to get into the nitty gritty because listen, this automation, this AI, this is the thing that we need to, and so many people are afraid of it. They're just saying, oh, it's going to take the jobs. No, embrace it.
Indeed.
Embrace it. Let's go. But, all right. So your focus of educating people on AI and automation and how to propel their businesses, how do you break it down to your ordinary person to understand how important it is? How do you break that down in the education piece of it?
For sure. So we actually have a AI and business course that we recently released to the Wake Forest Chamber of Commerce here in North Carolina. And people are giving us great response about it. And it basically walks you through, right? So, it breaks it down into simple terms, right? So what I like to do is say, if you're sending out this email 10 times a day, let AI and automation write that email and send it for you. Why are you doing that, right? And we all know that time is money. So when you get back that time, you get more money. You're getting your mental back. You're getting your quality of life back, right? And you're also repurposing that time to go out and make some more money. So I like to correlate it directly with what you're going to gain, right? So some of this is you're going to see it immediately. Some of it, you're not going to see it immediately, but you're going to realize and say, hey, man, I didn't have to do that. I got back 2 hours this week. I got back 4 hours this week. Okay, cool.
That's awesome. Wait a minute. So how did you even get into IT?
Oh
Ah,
boy,
wait a minute.
yes,
First of all, I didn't know you was in North Carolina. Hold up.
yes,
I'm in North
yes.
Carolina. What?
Let's get it together. Let's get
Let's
together.
go. What? Wake Forest? Come on. So how did you get into IT?
Yeah, so I got into IT about 20 years ago now. I went to NC State,
Okay.
Wolfpack, right? So
Yes, go pack.
NC State alum, yes, indeed. I actually didn't major in IT at all. I majored in textiles. Funny story, but I started out repairing computers and learning, IT and all that good stuff while I was at State. My first job out was actually desktop support. So, with that being said, I've always been in IT since 2004. And got out, right, and worked my way up from the help desk desktop support level to systems administration on to IT security and being the program manager for IT security, the PCI division with Comcast, right? So, yeah, just a long journey, but a good journey. Every step of the way taught me more and more and more. And in addition to that, my wife and I owned a U-Break I Fix in Wake Forest, which we recently sold to fully, pivot to MS3 IT. But, entrepreneurship has always been a thing. Tried a few ventures and learned a lot of life lessons, right, along the way, because you don't get to where you're going. It ain't always a smooth climb, right? Miss Sheila, I know you can attest.
Like I tell so many people, entrepreneurship is not for the weak at heart at all. Let's be real about it.
Indeed.
So many ups and downs. It does have rewarding points as well. So how did you, okay, so IT, I have so many questions. All
For
right,
sure.
so you moved from corporate
hmm
to entrepreneurship.
hmm
Ooh. Let's talk about that. How was that? And when did you know, like, this is what I need to do? I need to do this on my own.
Yeah, so I'll say this: it helps having a great wife, right? So I was working in the corporate world, being the IT security guy, right? And holding that down for the household and consistency there. And my wife would primarily run the store. You break, I fix, right? Um, so we jumped out, and we said, hey, this is great. She's a salesperson. I'm an IT person. It's perfect marriage, right? We're fixing devices. We're interacting with customers. We're having a great time, and we got the team together, learned a new skill. So it was just time, neither one of us wanted to continue to work for someone forever. And we were just trying to find that exit strategy. But when you prepare, right, and you get your finances in order, you live below your means, you're able to keep your credit right, and you can get that financing and business funding, which, in your previous podcast I was listening to, I heard about that, with Miss Brandy Bowdry, and yeah, and just, getting your ducks in a row, making sure you're prepared to make that move when the time's right. We made the move. We made a lot of connections and learned a lot about processes in operations. And that's actually how this company was birthed, because of my IT background. I'm great with processes, right? But in addition to that, AI and automation, we implemented that in U-Break I Fix to automate the customer check-in, to automate the things that the franchise didn't give.
Okay.
We were able to automate that stuff and give us back time and make things more efficient and make more money.
Most definitely. Oh, I love it. That's very inspiring.
Mhm.
Okay, so in IT, your minority, was there
Mhm.
challenges as being a minority in that field?
Ah.
I like the way you did that. It's like, how much should I share?
Right. Indeed. No, I'll say this: God has blessed me, right, tremendously to form good relationships. So, I like to get in, and I might not know as much as the next person, but I'm going to work, 2, 3, 4, 5 times as hard. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to figure it out quickly, and I'm going to show you. And I'm also going to establish a good relationship, so that, you can count on me. 1, 2, I can talk to you, and we can have it out, and we can have good times together. And those relationships are ultimately what those promotions. So I'll tell everyone, I have one certification, and that is not typical for being in the role that I was last in corporate America. It's all about showing what you can do, showing above and beyond the level that you're at, as well as, making those great relationships. But, like I said, God bless me. It's not typical. I just had favor and worked hard for it. But I will say that I did, get looks when I was in the room, right? Like,
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Okay, he must be the junior guy on the team. No, I'm heading this up.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I am the top. Okay, don't play with me.
Indeed, for sure.
I can only imagine, but you know what? It takes the mindset to be in that position. Let's talk about the mindset that it takes even to be an entrepreneur. It takes a growth mindset, and then to be in that minority position, being a minority in that position. So let's talk about your mindset in this whole process. How did this, and let me go back to one thing you just said. You mentioned, I just have favor. Listen, sometimes that's all you need. It's a favor, baby. What?
Reach.
You get favor, it will open doors and it will put your name in rooms you never step your feet in. Like favor of God, the capital G-O-D.
Indeed. Yes,
okay. I didn't want to say that part.
That part.
Get me going. Let me get my clapper. Woo! Yes.
We're gonna have church up here now.
This morning. Okay. So let's talk about the mindset, because a lot of times people don't understand how important that is to get you where you need to go. And also I read a post the other day and it said, they're not more talented than you are. They're just more consistent. And that has a lot to do with mindset. So let's talk to our viewers and encourage them on the importance of the mindset.
Yeah, for sure. You got to be tough, right? Mentally. My wife and I, we've got 2 small kids, and every day it's not easy, right? So, you can get that picture of roses out your head. Yeah, everything's going to line up perfectly and everything's going to be exactly as I wanted it to be. And this is how the dominoes are going to fall. Good luck with that, right? So, life be life, right? So, with that being said, you just have to know that even if you can't see it, right, you rely on the godly strength. And when you can't see it, remind yourself of the promises of God. He ain't gonna put you in a place where you're not supposed to be, right? And if you're there and you're not supposed to be there, it's going to show. But consistently stay in the right mindset, do your routines over and over again, continue to learn, educate yourself, make yourself better. And if it's not working, you have to sit back and determine, hey, is this the process that's not working? Is it the product that's not working? Just examine it, figure out what it is, adjust, and keep pushing forward. Right? And keep that mindset. Just keep pushing, push it.
Most definitely pushing forward, regardless of what comes your way. Sometimes you have to jump over obstacles when they come your way. And I think a lot of people that I've spoken with over the years with consulting is they take the little things and they take it personal, and it stops them. And it's like, you cannot wear your feelings on your shoulder. No. This is business. You have to keep that mindset that nothing's going to stop me at all. So that's for anyone who's listening. No matter what you're going through, no matter the obstacles in your way, you have to keep pushing forward. It's going to be, at the end of the day, you're going to have a whole story. It's going to make the book more interesting with all those obstacles in your way, right?
Yes,
who wants to watch a boring movie? Like, it's boring. We want to see them running, spalling, scrape the knee and all of that, and then come out victorious, right? So that's what your life is all about. It is definitely at the end to show how you've overcome all the obstacles. Mr. Lassiter, listen, your story is so inspiring, and I can see that you have the drive to go. So let's shift over more to the automation piece of it. Okay. Sure. So with automations, tell us what is it going to do for business owners I think they don't really understand how it will make their life so much easier and the freedom that they have. And this is one thing I tell people all the time. It's like, if you have something that can help automate your business, then you have more time to do other things. First of all, you have more time in your life. You can spend with your family and do all the other things, but you could also have more freedom in your mind to focus on something else, and maybe something else can develop, but you have to allow someone to do the automation piece for you. So go for it,
Indeed.
brother.
No, indeed. You hit the nail on the head, Sheila. So with that being said, you've got some great automations yourself, I noticed, right?
Thank you.
So just a few of those things, right? So people try to do everything themselves and they want to hold things tight, right? So if you're holding stuff so tight, you're either going to squeeze it to death and nothing else can come in, right? So you got to relax, let go of some of that control and work with a professional. If not MS3 IT Solutions, definitely find a professional. Of course, we recommend ourselves. But with that being said, when you automate, let's say you have a retail business, right? You have a check-in process. The client can fill out a form and it can automate sending whatever needs to be sent to the back office. And then it can also send them a text message that says, great, check out our Facebook page, check out our specials, redirect them to a website, sign them up for a rewards program. We develop all those things, right? And now you're consistently touching your clients over and over again. Whereas if you had a pen and paper order process, or you never followed up with them because all that you did was take their order, it's done. That's a front end example. A back end example, Ms. Sheila, I'll use what you did, right? So once we got signed up, you have automations in place that give us what we need from a preparation standpoint, and it goes out, ahead of time, not just before. So you're never missing it because the automation runs. I don't have to remember. Ms. Sheila doesn't have to remember to, email me. Oh gosh, I have to email him these directions of how to, get onboarded. Oh my gosh, I have to, email him how to get on the platform. Oh my gosh, I have to remind him, what time it is, and hopefully he doesn't show up late. No, this is all automated. You don't have to think about it. I just show up, she just shows up, and everything's great, right? And I may be oversimplifying, but in a nutshell, that's what it gives the business owners, that freedom and that peace of mind. And you can repurpose your current team. Let's say you've got a person that's, I'll tell you a cool project we're working on right now. We're automating. We have an AI receptionist, if you will. So we're doing chatbots, and a lot of people are familiar with chatbots now. So you can, create a chatbot so that it auto responds to anything, not just these workflows, but it truly has a personality. We've developed one that sells your product for you, books appointments on your calendar, and does customer service follow-up all through the chatbot. So now we're taking that next logical step and we're bringing that to the phones. So now let's say you call dentist's office, doctor's office, it's going to ask, what your inquiries are, what do you need, books you for an appointment, fills up the calendar, automated. You get text messages, emails, all sent, right? From a phone conversation with an AI robot. Yes, and it can book services for you.
Who doesn't want that?
Indeed.
What? Oh, okay. Hold on. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to get back into the nitty gritty of it. Oh my goodness. See? Okay. All right. So let's get ready to have a commercial. I tell you. Are you ready to unlock your potential as a signing agent? Look no further than FL Carr and Associates. Join us for an exciting 2-day training event in person or virtually on October 27th and 28th. Discover flexibility, unlimited income potential, and the opportunity to be your own boss. All with minimum startup costs, no prior experience required. But wait, there's more. Use code FALL and save $200 off your registration. Don't miss out on this incredible event. Contact us at www.flcar.net and let's pave the way to your success together. Health Legacy Group LLC, where business aspirations meet expert guidance. Whether you're a budding entrepreneur or an established brand, we tailor our services to your journey. We offer business consulting, top-tier photography and videography, virtual office services, notary, educational services, and so much more. We have what you need. Partner with us and redefine success. Call us at 832-995-0660. Discover our expertise, and together, let's craft a legacy. Awesome. We thanks for the legacy and Carr signing agent, Frida Carr, for sponsoring this episode on today. Now, if you want to become a sponsor, just contact www.thesheilachillshow.com and you can be a sponsor, or you can get an ad as well to promote your business. Because listen, baby, we are a part of CTR Media Network, which has over 350 million households in over 100 countries. So why not have your advertisement here? Because baby, this is where it's at, right? Okay. So anyway, we are here with Mr. Andre Lassiter, and he's sharing about automations and how it's going to help so many businesses to have more time, to have things set up where you just don't have to worry about it. With AI and automations, this is the way to go. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared, as my people say. Listen, it is time to get into this to help save you. We're going to bring him back to the stage, Mr. Andre Lassiter. Listen, people don't understand that time that you can use to be more productive and profitable in your company. However, we have a lot of business owners who think they cannot afford to have this set up, because a lot of people are solopreneurs and they're wearing so many different hats. They feel like that's not in my budget. But can we talk about to those people who may say that?
For sure. So, our goal is not to break your bank, right? We understand that, all these bells and whistles and things and shiny objects are good, right? But we do have several packages that we can offer, and we start at a reasonable $97 a month for our services, right? So we'll get with you, have a consultation. You can reach us at the site, scan the QR code, and but automate.ms3it.com. And actually, we're gonna discuss a special site that we can go to get you a discount code. Ms. Sheila, I don't know if you want to do that now or later in the episode.
Sure, let's go for it.
All right. So for the guest of the Sheila C Hill show, we are creating Sheila.ms3it.com. That's Sheila.ms3it.com. If you're listening, and if you're watching, it'll be below, and you can use the code Sheila100 for $100 off of your setup. And what that's going to do is, if you're a small business with the tight budget, we all understand, right? Maybe you don't need the latest and greatest bells and whistles, but you do need automation and to make things a lot easier for you. So what we'll do is craft some solutions. With your Facebook, we're going to give you an all-in-one messaging platform, right? So you can have a business number dedicated that you can see your text messages from an app. You can see all of your Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, all those messages come to one place in one app, and you can respond accordingly. We do have some automations that automatically reply as well, right? AI can write automated replies so that you reply quickly, timely, you encourage engagement. We can do text marketing campaigns where they text a keyword or DM you a keyword or comment a keyword. I know you guys have all seen that. For the guy, for influencers out there, and the podcast as well, Ms. Sheila, right? So, we can put those automations in place and just get you on a good start, so that, I don't want to come out here and say we're going to charge you X amount of dollars initially. No, we're going to build a solution that fits your business, and we're going to grow with you. We like to help you increase your revenue so that you can go to the next level package, right? And then we'll go from there.
That's awesome. I mean, all of those. Wait a minute. Did you say it'll be an app that you can check everything?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to keep going from one place to the other. I could just go on my app and check all my social media.
Social media, email, text
Right.
messages, all that good stuff. Yes, indeed.
Okay, now. All right. Yes. Yes. Listen, y'all need to sign up for this because listen, that's going to be so key. Game changer. Do you know
Indeed.
how much time it takes? Listen, that's what got me out. Do you know how much time it takes just to schedule posts and to do all this other stuff? And listen, my fingers be worn out on my phone trying to make sure nothing. And oh, yes, that is going to be, listen, especially for my solopreneurs, my small business owners,
Mm-hmm.
the investment is going to be worth it because the time that you're going to save on the other end and the thoughts that you can be more profitable, and not just the thing, is the professionalism piece of it, what it looks like on the other end to your customers. Like, oh, okay, I got this email, and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, they got their stuff together, but then you fall off for a month or two, you forget. It's like, wait, hold up. Consistency is so important. So getting these automations is, oh my goodness, it's so important. It's so important. But okay, Andre, what's some misconceptions though? What's some common misconceptions about AI?
Yeah, that it's over my head. It's too difficult. It's going to take stuff over, and I'm not going to be able to control it. Right. Well, everything that you hear, I mean, stereotypes have some truth in them, right?
Mhm.
So there's a little bit of truth to bits and pieces of it. Yes, if you want to understand the underlying technology, that may be over your head. But as a business owner, you just need to know how to use it. You don't make a pen, but you use one to write. Same thing with AI, right? So you're going to use the tool. You're not going to understand how it's made. You're not going to, try to refill your pens. No, you're using the tool that you've got. You use it effectively, and you use it in your business to make you more money, free up time, right? Another misconception is that, this is too difficult. I'm not going to understand it. That's what you have us for. We're here to show you how it can be used, the use case in your business, what makes sense for you, right? And weed out the noise. We filter out the noise, and we make it digestible for you, and just so you can use it, right? So it's as simple as that. We'll show you things that you go, oh, I didn't know it was that easy. Okay, good deal.
That's great. That's
Mhm.
great because a lot of times we need to see it in action. Um, Wait a minute. Here's a question.
Sure.
So, with your company, are you all like going for like government contracts or city contracts?
So that is the next step, right? We're
Okay.
actually working with the client right now that they, without saying too much, they have some members on the HubZone board. So we're looking to explore that avenue and see where we can go with that, because I know that there's a big time use case for that. So maybe we can talk later about that.
Yes, because listen, I'll just teach Chat GPT, and I see so many opportunities where I can come in and teach it. And it's just like this AI, you're at the tip. Yeah, we need to talk about this later
Oh
on.
yeah.
This is a good place to be.
I
Okay,
got
okay. So, so let's talk about your passion about what you're doing with the AI and the automation. So
you.
so the IT, corporate America, now here, basically, you're basically business to business, right? That's mainly
Mhm.
your customers. How
Yes,
did you
indeed.
how did that happen, and your passion to really work with business owners?
Yeah. So being a business owner helped, right? So being a business owner, you tend to network, right? You tend to be in the community, meeting other business owners, and you got shared experiences, shared traumas, shared everything, right? Like you
Mhm.
get each other. So you can speak that language when you become a business owner, and you know the from the startup phase to I have no idea how to get this done. How do I do this? To okay, now we've got a few resources and we know a few people. To okay, how do we scale, right? And how do we grow past this phase? Okay, and now that we've scaled and we've got an operation, how do we manage these employees? Oh gosh, what do we do from here? And it's just being able to speak to that at all levels, as well as the corporate side. If we go to a corporate meeting, we're speaking with a rather large international multi-level marketing company right now to automate their outreach and their processes on the back end, right? And just being able to fit in all rooms and to be able to have something to bring to the table based on your life experience, right? And I have a passion for the people that don't have a clue of what they're doing next. They're holding it together by duct tape is the last podcast you talked about.
Yes. Right? Okay, you be listening. I'm telling
you. Yes. If I'm going to be on it, I gotta understand it and rep it and support it, right?
Yes, duct tape, baby. That duct tape helped me through. But you don't have to stay there,
That's it. It's a phase. It's a phase. We move on to that next step, right? And you keep stepping, because I'll go ahead and say it. None of us are there, right? It doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. There's always room for improvement. You can always improve. So, and I'm sorry I went divergent. And
that's good. That's what it's all about. Sometimes we got to divert. I love it. Okay, so you mentioned earlier about certifications. You didn't go to school for this, number one. That's interesting. But that's a lot of times that happens. But then you got some certifications. What do you say to the person that says, I want to be like Andre because he seems like he got it together. He's super dope, like I want to be like him. What do you say to that person who wants to get into that field? Can they be self-taught? Do they have to do certifications, and how do they go about it?
Yeah. So my thing would be to always look how I can provide value. What do you need? Right. So if you look for, let's say, an IT job, you look at the qualifications, they're telling you what you need to start. So if you need that certification, go get that certification. There are Google courses. If you YouTube, you can find, certifications for this, that, and the third, right? Prompt engineering. Please look up that term. Prompt engineering is paying, north of $200,000 a year right now. And that's just the ability to put information into a LLM, like a chat GPT, right? And get out the correct information, and that's a lot of what we do. But we also add, coding and automation and a lot of other stuff to it to make that full solution. But just that skill alone will change your life. And in addition to that, get out and go to meetup.com and start going to some local networking events and meet the community. It's a small world. So people talk, people introduce you, make those good relationships, bring that value, because when you go to the meetup, you already need to know a good amount about your subject matter. You don't need to be there like, oh, okay, what do you do? What do you do? I know nothing,
Yeah.
Yes,
wow. And that was going to be one of my questions too, as far as like support groups, communities, connecting, and sometimes it's not what you know is who you know as well. Okay, so I have a daughter who is 18. She just graduated. She's in college now. She's like the techie person of the whole family. When all the uncles and aunties come, they're like, come here, put this, pick my phone.
Yes, I get it. So I feel a pain.
I'm telling her, listen, you might need to get into this.
Yes.
So what did you say to a young person in high school or, just newly in college? What is the advantages to go ahead and jumping into this industry now?
So the advantage is you will never be out of demand for the next at least 20 years. Okay. I would say learn Python. Next to that, I would say learn prompt engineering. And after that, I would say to understand, just take the Udemy courses, right? Take the certification courses that are free to start out. just YouTube, how do I get started in IT? How do I get started in programming? How do I get started in prompt engineering? And it's going to return a lot of videos, and you will see exactly what you're looking for. Nah, I don't like this. Yeah, I love this. Let me delve further into it, right? And with that being said, once you get one, the algorithm is going to pick up on what you're looking at, and it's going to suggest more and more and more. And you go from there.
Thank you. I will definitely share this part with her. No doubt, because how children, they just don't know what they want to do, and it's just
Oh
like,
yeah.
just start somewhere and then you just sort of branch out. Oh my goodness. So with your business, MS3IT Business Solutions, tell me what the MS stand for and the three.
Yeah. So managed systems, services, and solutions. Those are the three S's, right? It's like S cubed.
Oh, so it's like S to the third power.
That's it. You got it. So we manage it all. We manage the
Okay, that
systems and
makes sense
services.
now. Okay, got you. So basically, you give all the tools that one needs to grow their business and to have their business on autopilot. What?
Indeed.
That's golden. That is so needed right now. Listen, guys, you need to tap in. Yes, there's a code in the comments. There's a code in the show notes so you can get a discount. But definitely you want to connect with Mr. Andre. Now, Andre, before we go, tell me what's a fun fact about you? What's something that people generally don't know about Mr. Andre Lassiter?
Oh boy. Let's see. I like naps. No. Let's see, a fun fact. I actually used to be a drummer, right? And I really enjoy it. So I played for my church. I played in marching band. I played in jazz band. And I really, really enjoyed it, right? It was a pastime of mine, and it's stress relief. I haven't played in quite some time. My chops aren't there anymore, but yeah, most people would never know that because I don't get the opportunity as much.
That's so cool. So what do you do? Okay, that's a stress reliever. So what do you do now with being a business owner? I'm all about the mental health and the self-care piece. How do you detach yourself from the business, and what do you do for self-care?
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure that out.
Come on.
I'm actually one of my clients. Shout out to Deb Lobin, LobinPartners.com. She's helping with that, right? To understand, how to detach and how to. It's like you said, it's tough to have that balance, especially when everything's coming in, right? Let's say right now, I have, since we've been talking, 11 text messages, and let's say, I don't even know the emails, right? Maybe 12, 15, but you have to set those boundaries. And our business coach, I'll be remiss if I didn't shout Erica out. Erica Simpson, Bossed Up Academy, our business coach, has transformed the way we think about life and business. And one of those things that she preaches is, okay, you're a CEO, you're making moves. Now it's time to work toward having that, she's got us on a reading list, but, having that 4-day work week, because as a CEO, you need to step away from your business and you need to recharge. You have to have the systems and automations in place so that you can free up that mental space, have time with your family, and recharge. And, I'm bad for it because I'm a workaholic. It might be 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm working on a project which could wait, or I'm thinking about the next idea and the marketing strategy, right? That could wait, but it hits me and I just got to get it done. So working to, slow down on that. And I've got the calendar blocking and all that good stuff. And I've got automations for myself that text me before every meeting, give me a call 2 minutes before the meeting to say, hey, your meeting with this client is in 2 minutes, right? That kind of thing that keeps me organized and sane. But that off switch is what I'm working on.
Well, you owe it to yourself to work on it because, like you say, you have small children. You want to be here for them.
Indeed.
And entrepreneurs, I mean, our minds never stop. Like it's
Mhm.
always going, but we have to take that time to self-care. We cannot pour from an empty cup. So
Indeed.
the next time I talk to you, I want to be like, listen, this is what I do for myself. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. I can't live without it because at the end of the day, you know, you have to be here to be that impact, not just for your family, but for those
Mhm.
that are saying, hey, we got this brother in IT and he's doing it up,
Yes,
because I can
indeed.
see so much other stuff like mentorships and programs that you can head up. Ugh, listen, let me
Indeed.
calm my mind down because listen, I can talk all day. 'Cause, baby, we can roll with it. I'd be like, we've been had a
Free.
whole program before the show is over.
Let's get it.
Yes, it's such a need, especially now. That could just change the generational wealth. You teach the kids now.
Mhm.
Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, woo. Well, let me get started. Okay, so Mr. Andre, thank you for being on the Sheila C Hill show. Please tell us, how can our audience get in contact with you?
Yes, indeed. So thank you for asking, Ms. Sheila. They can find us at MS3, the number three, IT underscore solutions on Facebook, Instagram. You can look me up, Andre Lassiter, on LinkedIn. There's a QR code over to my left, right,
There you
that you
go.
can scan here. And it will take you to my basically link tree that I designed, and you get to see some cool automations there. If you share your contact info with me, I'll text you back in roughly an hour. And we'll go from there, right? If you're interested, but also don't forget to check out Sheila.ms3it.com and enter that code Sheila100 for $100 off your setup fee.
Most definitely. And thank you for that to give back to our audience. All right. Tell us just give us like some closing words, or inspirational or thoughts or something that we can leave the audience with.
Yes, indeed. So inspirational words, I would say it's never too late to start. It's never too late to start anything, but
Mhm.
count the cost and be wise in what you choose. Don't go out um, foolishly, right? And thinking that everything is don't think everything's sweet, right? Don't um, take things with a grain of salt. Do your research, be diligent, be consistent, and follow what's truly in your heart. If God's put that in your heart, and do it to the maximum, right? Do it to the best of your abilities that God's given you.
I love it. I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on and put you backstage as we close out. This was so good, right? I know. I told you I bring the best guest in the land. And from North Carolina in the house. Woo, woo, woo. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this session on today, this episode on today. If anything resonated with you, hey, please send us a comment. Just let us know what resonated with you. If you want to reach out, we do have the information to reach out to Mr. Lassiter in the show notes. Please contact him. Listen, you owe it to my business owners. You owe it to yourself to free up some time and set your business automated where you can just be free from the thoughts of, did I do this? And those mundane tasks that we have to do every day. So go ahead and set yourself up. And listen, if you have not subscribed to the Sheila C Hill show, go ahead and do that. Stop playing. Okay. Because this is where it's at. This is where I have the best guest in the land. And if anyone has not told you today, just know that you are loved and highly appreciated, and you are worthy to be here. Go out and make the best of life. Do not dim your light for anyone, baby. I want you to shine bright as a diamond, okay? I want you to go ahead and walk in your purpose and your passion, and you just never know how it's going to help someone on the other end. Because remember, you're not just going through for yourself, you're going through to help someone else who is going through that same thing. So just know that you are important and you are loved. Thank you for tuning in to the Sheila C Hill show. Until next time, it's time to go. See you next time. Love you.